So welcome back to another video. We did reach 1k subscribers and that was kind of a surprise to me. The thing is that I make videos more for fun, and so reaching 1k is kind of an achievement for me. So thanks to everyone who supported me throughout this journey. But today's video is gonna be a little more special because I want to announce a few things and I also want to give you an insight on a certain topic. So one of the things that I've seen beginners struggle a lot with is the discipline of making something in Blender. And I have seen many people saying consistently, especially in animation challenges, that they are not able to deliver the animation that they dreamed of because they procrastinated. And so I'm gonna just take 5 minutes of your time and I'm gonna give you the tips that worked for me in order to stay consistent with the animation, and I hope it works for you. So the very first thing that I will suggest is that find what's fun in animation for you. A lot of people who are watching my videos, probably you guys play a lot of video games as well. And there is nothing wrong with playing video games, to be honest. But if you overdo something, it kind of becomes wrong, right? Play too many video games and you could have made an animation or a 3D model in that time. Don't you think the time would have been better utilized if you did that other thing? And that is something that everybody struggles with. And I have struggled with a lot as well. And so what worked for me was that finding something that was fun to do in Blender or in Unreal Engine. The thing is, visual effects, animation, and graphic designing are all the things that have a lot of aspects to it. And you just need to find what's fun for you. For me personally, 3D modeling is the most fun thing I can do. And so I do 3D modeling all the time. I am very much open to making assets and game designing assets and optimizing those, texturing those. This is all fun to me. The best thing that you need to do is to find what's fun for you. If you like animation, do that. If you like compositing, do that. If you like visual effects, do that. Or if you just like to kit bash assets and make something out of it, do that. The thing is, when you do something enjoyable within Blender or within Unreal Engine, you are still inherently developing the skill to do that better. And what you like might be something that someone else doesn't like. I actually got one of the comments asking me about animation, and the guy who commented it was someone who enjoyed doing animation and visual effects. I personally don't like those. And so if you just practice your animation and visual effects because you like it, or maybe because you like 3D modeling or texturing, those can be skills that are extremely useful in and in themselves. But the second thing that I need to talk about is you being healthy. The thing is, I've seen far too many animation artists and visual effects artists who are not focusing on their health. And you do need to focus on your health. Get enough sleep in, have a good diet, have a good workout routine. And all of these things will inherently help you to build the discipline to do other things. And then when you get some free time, you can have that as your routine to practice 3D modeling and animation. The thing is, procrastination becomes easier if you do not have a schedule in line. If you do not know what to do next, you're gonna procrastinate. And so ideally what you want to do is you want to make a routine and kind of focus on your health, because I've seen far too many artists who are very physically unhealthy. So yeah, do focus on your health because that's gonna definitely help you out. Now I do want to talk about a few other things, and I actually have these few books with me which I read, and I don't know if you like these people or not. But the first book is Jordan B. Peterson's 12 Rules of Life, and I actually read through this book, and it helped me a lot with my mental health. The thing is, I know far too many people who are doing animation, 3D designing, or just trying to get a job in it, and they are not very happy mentally. I mean, we know that the mental state of everyone has been crashing down lately, and so I think reading certain books that could motivate you or perhaps get you out of that zone of depression and victim mentality would really help you. The thing is, politics is gonna stay there. The thing is, every problem in your life that you cannot change is gonna stay there. So you might as well adapt to not care about things that you cannot change. But here I also have the second book, which is The Rudest Book Ever by Shwetabh Gangwar. And this is another amazing book. In this book, he actually genuinely gives you advice on how to build discipline, have your life in line. And these are the things that you do need to understand. Now, I know that this sounds weird because everybody doesn't like to read books, but I would say give these books a shot. If you give these books a shot, maybe you will like something. Regardless of what you think about Shwetabh and Jordan B. Peterson in case of their political stance, the point is that these men are still extremely good in terms of how to teach others to build discipline. These men are still really good philosophers and really good critical thinkers. And us 3D artists should be just as much of a critical thinker. And we are still really intelligent thinkers. Everybody who does animation or visual effects, you are learning and reading things on daily basis. You are using softwares that most people open up and close on the first day. And so if you have finally learned those softwares and now you're struggling to build the discipline to learn them further, it's not a problem with your actual brain, because you definitely have a really intelligent brain. Because if you were not intelligent enough, you wouldn't be learning these softwares in the first place. Most people will open Blender or Unreal Engine and feel like they are sitting in an alien spaceship and don't know how to drive it. So if you have already powered through the process of going through the UI, making something decent, you already have done the hard part. You already have done what most people were never going to be able to do and will never be able to do. And so, in my opinion, you have already done the hard bits. You just need to develop a discipline and a routine. So yeah, these are the few things that made me be able to follow through my projects, like the last one in the Rampage Rally, where I had so many technical issues and I still managed to submit something that was decent, at least for my skill level. And so the reason I wanted to make this video is because I think that for me, doing animation, doing graphic designing, doing 3D modeling, all of these things are fun to me. I find them just as fun as playing a video game. The ability to build your own character, build your own worlds, and make your own stories, it's an incredible power. If you really think about it, I mean, I don't have any god complex, but if you really think about it, you are the god of your universe. You can literally make a world and you are the god of that universe. You are the story writer of that universe. So to me personally, it's not even worth it to go back and play a video game and watch a dumb movie when I can make a video game of my own in Unreal Engine, when I can develop a movie of my own in Blender, right? You can do all of those things. When you cross that line of just consuming entertainment media and finally making that, you finally realize that it's an incredible power that most people don't have. Another announcement that I wanted to make was that I want to start a series. So this series is going to be the Modeling Mondays. In these Modeling Mondays, on every Monday, I'm going to upload one video in which I model some object or some 3D model that is kind of complex from scratch. It could be sci-fi, it could be fantasy, and I will go through the process of how I did it. And I intend these videos to be kind of beginner friendly, but they are obviously going to be more for those who are intermediate and advanced. Yeah, I hope this video helps you with developing the routine for Blender and Unreal Engine or any other 3D software that you're using. And by the way, the models, the 3D models that I will be making on Mondays, I will be giving them out for free. So stay tuned for that. With that said, I hope you have a good one.